Feeling fresh. Don't just be standing off camera asking me questions.
I'm not going to be standing. This isn't a fucking interview. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Katie and I try a lot of shit. Now, last couple of months, we've been through a lot of shit. Well, not that much shit. It's not that dramatic. Mark's recently had his thyroid removed. He had a follicular tumor in his thyroid and we thought we may as well vlog the process. I've done a procedural video before and people find it super helpful. It's a pretty stressful thing to have to go through and videos like this are helpful to people, so we figured we may as well film it. And I find like filming videos like this when you're like stressed, it like gives you something else to do. Stress a little bit less. So that's what we did. Filmed it. Well,
yes.
Well, I filmed it. You just went through surgery. Yeah, so let's get into the video. I guess let's start with like how it happened, like how your lump come up.
Yeah, like it just came up in an hour, just one random day while I was at home. It sort of started with some chest pains and stuff, and then just noticed it in the mirror that this big lump had come up on the left side.
So he had like nothing there before, like nothing that he'd felt before. And then what had actually happened is cells were damaged from the tumor and he bled into it and it blew up like rather quickly, like it blew up in a couple of hours. So you went from having nothing to having like this big 7-centimeter lump.
Yeah, about the size of an egg.
And that's what sort of prompted you to go get the ultrasound. And so we had an ultrasound, it looked a little bit suspicious, and then you had to have a fine needle aspiration, so like a biopsy where they get a needle and put it into the lump, take out a couple of cells, and then look at that. What's that fine needle aspiration process for you?
Awful.
So I was in there.
You can't swallow.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you can't, that's all you want to do. And you try not to swallow while you have a big needle.
And they kept saying to you, they would have the needle in there and he would be swallowing and they'd be like, stop swallowing, I have a needle in your actual neck. Like, you have arteries and everything around it and I have a needle in your neck, stop swallowing. So yeah, they took the cells out, they come back as suspicious for a follicular lesion. Neoplasm, like lesion. So I think in terms of thyroid, not the least aggressive to have, but not the most aggressive to have. So we then had to get it out. So you went and seen a surgeon and they decided they're only going to do a half because of your age.
Yeah. So the concept is there's still another little one on the right, and they sort of wanted to just take out half first
and see what it 100%
just
was.
See what it is first before looking to do any action and taking out the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, so we waited 1 month for you to get into the surgery. We had to go through the public system. This is Australia. Our public system is pretty good. You wait a month for like a urgent surgery. It's free, and yeah, they've been pretty good. Okay, so we have to go in at 6:15 for that. Well, that's when he has to go appear to at day surgery, and then I guess maybe 7 or something. They might do it 7 or 8, but I think he's like first off the rank. But it's pretty big, so I don't know. I think they said about 2 hours on Google, but maybe it might be a bit longer being how big it is. I think it's 2 to 4 hours. I think 4 hours was the maximum that I seen on Google, so something like that. So that's tomorrow. Keen to just get it the fuck out.
Very.
Yeah, this is it. Is this it? Wait, make it move. Yeah, okay, so that's it. It's like 7 centimeters, 10 centimeters? 7 centimeters? And how do you feel about tomorrow?
Sad to lose the goit.
Sad?
Yeah.
Are you attached to it?
A little bit.
He's just packed his bag. He's just packed it with overnight stuff for one night. I think that's as long as he has to stay. And he has this wash that he has to use tonight when he showers and in the morning. It's like a pre-op antiseptic wash. So yeah, that's tonight and tomorrow morning before he goes in. And he also has to fast. So he's fasting from 6, so 12-hour fast. At least 12-hour fast by the time he gets in there. A bit longer, but that's not the worst. And he can have water up until 2 a.m. Okay, it is 6 a.m. We're at the hospital. Mark has to be here at 6:15, so we're super early because we're just on time queens.
Always.
How you feel this morning?
Alright.
Nervous?
A little bit.
And I feel jealous because I just love anesthetic and I'm jealous that I don't get to have any today. I love drugs. Okay, so obviously I can't take this in, and I'm not staying to, I can't watch Mark's operation, so he's gonna go in and we'll see him afterwards. This is basically like straight after surgery. You were feeling like, do you even remember me being there? I visited you twice. Do you remember me?
Only vaguely.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember much until like maybe the afternoon or the night.
Yeah, when you come out, pain level wasn't too bad.
No, it wasn't too bad. I had some painkillers when I first came out, and then slowly just moved on to Panadol.
Yeah, so he had endone and that when he come out, and then if you forgot to breathe, they were like, you need to keep remembering to breathe.
I had to have oxygen
for a bit,
for a few hours.
But that was because of the pain medication, not because of the actual procedure. Yeah, and you couldn't have solid food. You were on clear liquids. Clear liquids for the first night, and then the next day you could have, like, was it coloured liquids? What do they call it?
Yeah,
so free fluids. Is
clear,
it called?
Yeah, the clear liquids was just like the juice from like noodles. Just like take out the noodles and just have the
so like
juice.
and then you could have actual fluids. So you could have milk and stuff.
Yeah, and then moved on to that, but otherwise it was just...
So that was the next day.
Yeah, it was just like poppers and stuff.
But it still says free fluids. You get solids now?
Yeah.
Neck liquid. Cute. So you went in 6 AM as we've just seen, and then you were out. I took you home about 10 AM the next day.
Yeah, I think I was home and everything by then.
Okay, this is day 1. We put a bandage on his neck thing just to like sort of protect it until the strips come off. We have to leave it until the strips come off. And you've just been taking it easy, I guess. You alright?
Yeah.
He's a bit flogged, a bit tired. Pain wise, 1 to 10.
Maybe 4.
4. He's also got like ulcers in his mouth from the tube that they put in, so I think the mouth ulcers and just like the sore throat from the intubation is one of his biggest concerns at the moment. Like the neck thing is still numb, so day 1. Alright. Just needs to stay in bed. Stop walking around. He's a bad patient. Okay, now we didn't feel much else for the next couple of days. You sort of went back to work. You work from home, so he went back to work on his laptop, and that was fine. His voice was okay, but it was a bit strained for a bit, so you didn't, he's in sales, so he takes a lot of phone calls and stuff, so he didn't talk on the phone for the first couple of days, but you went straight back to work on your emails and stuff.
Yeah, just email. Mostly probably for half days. It was still the sort of fatigue and still a bit tired, and it was mostly just still a bit spaced out. I wasn't sort of bedridden for time. That was pretty much able to get up and move, but it was still a bit dizzy.
If you had like a physical job or something like that, you wouldn't be able to do that.
No, so recommended recovery time's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But that's, I guess, depends on lifestyle. And
So within those days after the first day, you weren't really on much pain medication or anything like that?
No, it was mostly just
a couple Panadol and Nurofen alternating if you needed it. But the main thing was you had a cold, and I think that was the worst thing because you're coughing, and then that would then cause pain.
Sneezing and that sort of stuff was uncomfortable.
That was about it.
That was probably the worst, more so than the actual scar itself.
It is day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, day 5. Day 5?
Friday, 21st of May on
Okay.
Mark, stop running away from me. Where are you? We need to do an update.
Ow.
We need an
How much
update.
in water?
Okay, anyways, we need to go this way, so we got some light. Okay, so
But now I can't see.
how are you feeling?
Alright. Dizzy.
Dizzy? You have cramps. He has weird cramps, I think from low calcium maybe. So you start taking a calcium tablet?
Yep.
Stop looking at yourself. Don't look at the viewfinder. What else?
Still a bit unfocused. A bit unsteady on my feet.
He hasn't started like thyroxine medication yet. We have to have a follow-up appointment. We don't know when that's going to be. So
No,
I
probably
guess
sometime in the next 2 weeks.
So I guess his hormone levels are still all over the place. So he hasn't driven yet because he feels a bit dizzy when I drive.
But that also could just be you would drive shit.
It's not my driving. If there's heaps of people around him, we went to the shops the other day and that was just a bit too much. There was too many people and it was like made you a bit spacey.
Yeah, it's like people walking past me too fast.
Yeah.
Zooming around me.
Yeah. It's hard to explain, isn't it?
Yep.
But as for your actual neck, it doesn't really hurt. Like he's not on any pain meds or anything anymore.
No, sneezing still hurts.
Yeah, so
It's getting itchy now though.
So I guess that's healing.
Yeah.
We'll keep you updated. And obviously I took like really good care of you for like a really...
Oh, it was a solid day. It was a good day. And then that was the day after, and then the Thursday it was just like, okay, bye.
I remember.
And you just got left to my own devices.
The next day, I just went and got myself lunch, and I got myself some soup.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yeah, if you can work on your laptop, you can feed yourself. That was my theory anyway. Excuse this appearance. It's been 10 days now, so we're taking Mark's strips off. They've started to fall off and they're really grubby, so we're doing it. Just sterilized my hands. He's had a shower, so they're a bit moist. I'll put a timestamp here if you want to skip this bit.
Gross.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Do we want to go the other one?
Well, I think we need to. It's fairly...
I'm scared. I'm scared to do this one. I'm scared I'm going to peel it off and your whole neck's just going to open up.
Well, at least we're going to get some cool footage if it does.
Fucked it up a bit of a lump. Okay, so what do we look like now? You've got that... Wait, go a bit closer. So we are now like 2 weeks to 50... what's the date today? The 23rd of May. You had that on the 5th?
4th.
4th. So nearly 20 days post-op now. Like it's a bit raised, and we've got like vitamin E oil to put on that to try and reduce that a bit. You've had your follow-up appointment, and it's annoying because they don't know, they're confused. They 100% can't call it, and they 100% can't call the margin. So we just have to continue on with this, and you might have to get your other half out because they can't tell what it was 100%. They then can't say whether or not to leave the other half. So you might have to get it out in another 3 months. But now that you've gone through that whole process, how do you feel about having to get that out again?
Yeah, the worst part's probably just not knowing what the process is.
But now you know.
But now you know, it's just like, oh well, I'll get looked after for a day. I'll get 1 day of care. So that'll be nice. Not looking forward to going back to clear fluids though.
Yeah.
Because it was still probably 3 or 4 days before I could comfortably eat.
But that's about it. So like
Yeah.
if you had to do it again, now you're not that stressed about
No,
the
it
other
takes out the anxiety about it because I know what it is.
Mm.
The hardest part was not knowing what the recovery is going to be.
Which for you was pretty good in our
Yeah, there can
case.
be
bleeding
and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
From it, but
You were just lucky you had no
for
complications.
this reason, yeah, everything just went pretty smooth, which means the second one probably has to go worse than that.
Don't say that. So yes, in the case of like thyroxine and that, he has to have his levels checked, and when you take out half, you can still need medication for life, but he has to see what his levels are doing, see what the other half is doing, if it's working, and then if he gets that out, he'll have to be on medication for life 100%, and possibly some radiation in the future. But it all seems okay from here, and yeah, we'll just do the next step when it happens. We won't vlog the next one. We just thought this might be helpful for people, and give us something to do.
We'll give you something to do.
Gave me something to do instead of take care of me.
Yeah. Anything to get out of it.
No. Okay guys, so that's it from us on this one. Been a bit distracted these last couple of months, so we haven't been posting too regularly, but we hope that if you're about to go through this process, that this video might have helped you a little bit, or made you feel less worried or a bit more confident to see someone who's come out of it on the other side and it's not looking too bad.
Yeah, I'll be happy with it.
Yeah. So yeah, Thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. Well, not Mark. We won't have him on again.
Well, you probably will, because I am half Hemithyroid.
We won't have him on again. He's a fucking downer. He's brought this channel right, right down. Okay, guys. Until next time, we'll see you then.